Hi, this is Brett from SRmoto.com. Wanted to give a quick overview and then a demonstration of the DRC Edge2 integrated taillight kit that we sell for the Honda CRF250L. This integrated taillight kit will work on the CRF250L starting with the 2013 model year all the way up through the current model year. What we've got here is our 2013 CRF250L project bike that we do have this integrated taillight kit installed on. So this will give you an idea kind of what it looks like on the bike, and again in a minute here I'll demonstrate how it works. Really cleans up the rear end of the bike, makes it look a lot better. Nice and compact taillight assembly. Just to give you an idea or size comparison between the stock Honda taillight assembly and this integrated taillight, what we've got here on the left are the parts that we took off the bike: the stock taillight, stock rear turn signals, and then the license plate bracket. So all that stuff came off the bike and is basically replaced by this, which is the DRC Edge2 taillight kit. So you can see it's a lot smaller, a lot more compact, and as you're going to be able to see in the demonstration I do, it's just as bright, and you know, everything's makes you really visible on the road, so you're not losing any visibility or anything like that. So I guess while I'm showing you this, this is the main part of the kit itself, which is going to be the tail light. We also allow you to add a couple optional components onto the package, one of which is going to be this OEM connector kit. And you can add this on, and this is just going to make it a lot easier to install on the bike. You're going to take this pre-wired Honda OEM plug and you're going to crimp it onto the wires coming out of the new tail light. Once you do that, it'll just plug right into the harness on the bike. You won't have to cut any wires on the bike or do anything like that, so it just makes the installation a lot easier. So that's the OEM connector kit option. And then the other thing is going to be something called a fixed rate turn signal flasher. This comes from 12 O'Clock Labs, and we definitely recommend adding this on as part of the kit. Kind of explain the whole idea behind this. If you were to install this integrated taillight kit on the bike and didn't use this fixed rate flasher, your front turn signals would flash faster than they normally do. They'll flash about twice as fast as the stock turn signals do, whether they're the stock front turn signals or even if they're LED front turn signals. Without this fixed rate flasher, they're going to flash faster. If you install this fixed rate flasher, which is a very simple installation on this bike, plugs in right up under the right radiator or tank shroud, simple plug-in, no wiring or anything required. And what that'll do is it'll slow the flash rate down on those front turn signals. So we definitely recommend that. It's called a fixed rate flasher, and again, you can add that onto the package. Okay, before I demonstrate how this integrated taillight kit works on the bike, I thought I'd go over a couple other things real quick. First of all, on the installation, I'm not going to go into details on how to install this on the bike, but this kit is made specifically for the Honda CRF250L, so it's going to bolt right onto the subframe of the bike. You don't have to do any modifications or anything. It comes with all the mounting hardware you need. It's going to come with instructions. Pretty simple to install. As you can tell, it comes with a license plate bracket to mount your license plate. What we've got on this bike is the tail light with the red lens. You can also get it with a smoke lens if you want. And we do get questions from people asking, you know, is the red brighter than the smoke? Not really. We've tried them both. When the lights are on, the red and the smoke lenses are equally as bright, so there's really no difference there. So the only difference is going to be when the lights are off. You're going to get red like this, or the smoke lens would just be a little bit stealthier looking. You'll notice on the side of the kit itself, there's a couple mounting holes. And what those are for is you can, if you want to, you can attach external turn signals to the side of this taillight kit. So instead of using it as an integrated taillight kit where the turn signals flash within the taillight itself, you could bolt up external turn signals, and then it would work more like a traditional taillight and turn signal assembly. That bottom mounting hole is if you want to reuse your stock CRF250L turn signals. And then the top mounting hole is if you wanted to use aftermarket LEDs that have a 8mm threaded stud. So it's kind of a nice feature. You know, this will work as an integrated taillight kit if you want, and then you can also use it as a regular taillight kit and bolt up turn signals to the side of it. You'll notice that the whole bracket itself is painted black, which blends in real nicely to the black under fender on the CRF250L. So it looks really good on the bike. You'll notice there's a little plate under there that covers up all the wiring that's included. It just looks really nice on the bike. You know, if you didn't know any better, you would think that this is an OEM taillight. It looks factory, basically. So it looks really good on the bike, cleans up the rear end real nicely. Now I'll do a demonstration of how the integrated taillight works. Let's go ahead and power the ignition on. So this is what the running light itself looks like. As you can see, it's nice and bright running light. You'll notice built in to the bottom of the taillight is an LED license plate light. So that way it'll light up the license plate for you. It's built in, you don't have to do anything extra, no extra wiring or anything. It's just built right into it. So that's what the running light looks like. Now I'll demonstrate what happens when you apply the brakes. If I can do this here. And you'll notice there's a nice little feature built into this by default, safety brake pulsing. Whenever you hit the brakes, it's going to pulse the brake light a couple times. You can disable that if you want to, but by default that is on. So that's what it's going to look like when you hit your brakes. Now, when I hit the turn signals, this is what it's going to look like. Basically half the tail light will flash. Again, it's nice and bright, stands out real nicely. Now, I've had a few people ask me what happens when you have your turn signals on and you hit the brakes. So I'll kind of show you here. Essentially, everything just gets brighter. So your turn signals will stay on, and then the brake light, just everything gets brighter. The safety brake pulsing is disabled whenever your turn signals are on, so that way your turn signal is still flashing, and then the brake light just lights up, everything gets brighter. One other thing I'll point out is there are 5 or 6 different programmable flash types, meaning the way the turn signals are going to flash. I've just got this one set to the standard slow flash rate, I believe it is. There's 5 or 6 other ones you can set it to. There's like a scrolling flash, there's a chase flash, there's several different ones. It's real easy. The instructions tell you how to set that, so you can kind of customize it to look however you want, so it's kind of nice. Might as well show you what it looks like with the lights off, so this kind of be like what it's like after dark. As you can see, it's really nice and bright, really lights up the license plate. Turn the turn signal on here. So that gives you an idea of what it's going to look like when it's dark. I don't know how good it's going to show up in the video here, but it is in person. It's really nice and bright, and the LEDs stand out. You almost can't tell in the video, but when you're really looking at the taillight, you can actually see the individual LEDs lit up. I think in the video it kind of gets washed out a little bit, but you can actually see each of the little LEDs as they're lit up. I don't know if that's going to come out on the video or not. So that gives you an idea what it's going to look like after dark. Okay, so that's about it for our demonstration and overview of the DRC Edge2 integrated taillight kit for the 2013 and up CRF250L Honda. I'll give you some details on how you can get to our website. Our blog website is SRmoto.com. Go there, get all the details on our project bikes, including the CRF250L, get some details on some of the parts we sell, some of the projects we're working on, and so on. Our online store is soloracer.com. If you go there, click on the left menu on the Honda CRF 250L parts. That'll bring up all the parts we sell for the bike, including this DRC Edge2 integrated taillight kit. Again, it's Brett from SRmoto.com. Thanks for watching.